6,000 pascals of suction at a bargain price. This is my latest gadget, the Xiaomi S20 Plus robot vacuum cleaner. I've been thinking of buying a robovac for some time, and just before Christmas I saw a really good offer, so I took the plunge and bought this S20 Plus. I didn't just buy it because it was cheap though. I'd done my research and all the reviews were excellent. I'll put links in the video description below. Vacuuming your floors is a tedious, noisy job that annoys everyone in the house and scares my poor little cat Sooty. This robovac, however, is much quieter. These are the sound levels I recorded on strong vacuum setting. You can just leave it to do its thing, and it'll even mop the floors afterwards if you tell it to. The S20 Plus uses laser navigation to map rooms, navigate, and to avoid obstacles. If you look closely, you'll see that there's a little brush that sweeps dust into the path of the vacuum cleaner and that helps it to clean right into the edges. In this video we're going to unbox the S20 Plus. I'm going to show you how to set it up, and then we're going to look at the main features both of the machine itself and the app which controls it. We've had the S20 Plus for a couple of weeks now, and to be honest we've been really impressed with it. I wish I'd bought one sooner. Even my wife, who's a complete technophobe, has downloaded the app and she's been playing around with the settings trying to optimise the cleaning cycles. So let's have a look in the box and see how we set this thing up. I bought this robot vacuum directly from Xiaomi, but you can also buy it on Amazon. I'll put links to both in the video description below. So inside the box, first thing we see is the power cable. This has got a UK 3-pin plug on it. These are the two rotating mop pads which fit on the underside of the machine. We've got the charging station, the side brush, which again fits onto the underside of the machine. And inside this bag, we've got the unit itself. You can see the orange and black brush there. The S20 Plus is available in white or black. We chose white because we thought it'd be less likely to mark skirting boards or furniture if it collided with them. But we really shouldn't have worried about that because the laser navigation is that good that it never actually hits anything. There's always a small gap between the robovac and the obstacle, which in this case is a table leg. Another advantage of white is that it's more visible, especially on dark surfaces, so you're much less likely to trip over it. Also in the box are the manual, the quick start guide and the warranty details. These are in 3 languages, English and what I presume are Chinese and Arabic. So this is everything we get in the box. We'll move all the parts out of the way. The mop pads, the charging cable and the side brush. This is the charging station. I'll take the cover off that. And then before we assemble the S20 Plus, we need to remove 2 packing strips, one from either side. And then there are 2 windows used for the laser navigation. We need to remove the plastic protective covering from both of those. The small one first, and then this bigger one. If I flip the unit over, you can see the wheels and the brush, and we can assemble the vacuum cleaner firstly by taking the side brush. That pushes into this port here. Just push it in. And then the mop pads, which fit behind the wheels, spin it round. You'll see there's 2 hexagonal holes. These marry up with the hexagonal pins on the mop pads. Again, we simply push those into place, and you can see the overlap ever so slightly. If I flip the unit back over and open up the flap, you can see the water tank and the dust compartment. The water tank's for the mopping function, pushing the grey button and it lifts out. It's not particularly big, I think it holds about 300 millilitres, but it does last quite a while. To fill it up, open up the grey flap and just run it under the tap. You then push down the grey rubber flap to seal it. You don't need to use detergents, it's fine just with water. The water tank clips back into place. Then lower the flap and we're ready for charging. The charging cable plugs into the side of the charging dock in this port here. Plug it in, turn it on and put the charging dock against a wall. And if we look on the underside of the S20 Plus, you'll see there are 2 metal plates. Place these so that they're over the contacts on the charging ports, and you should see it starts to flash. That means it's charging. If it flashes orange at this stage, don't worry, it just means the Wi-Fi is not being set up yet. The S20 Plus is effectively the same machine as the X20 Plus, but it doesn't come with a cleaning station like the X20 Plus does. This means that you do have to empty the dust compartment manually, but it also means that it's easier to store away, as the S20's charging station is much smaller than the X20's cleaning station. The S20 Plus is also considerably cheaper. So while the S20 Plus is charging under the stairs, if you found this useful, it would be great if you could subscribe to Big Ted's Home and Garden. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it does make a big difference to small channels like mine. To connect the S20 Plus, you need to scan the QR code on the Quick Start Guide. This will then take you via the Xiaomi homepage to the Google Play Store where you can install the app. Once you've installed the Xiaomi app, you need to choose your region and then sign in, or register if you don't already have a Xiaomi account. Once you've gone through the app setup procedures, you need to add the S20 Plus to the app. To do this, tap the plus button in the top right corner and then add device. Select scan code to add and then allow. You'll then be prompted to scan the QR code on the Quick Start Guide and then reset the device by pressing the two illuminated buttons on top of the unit. Once the unit has detected your Wi-Fi network, you'll need to select it and then sign in. It should just take a few seconds then to connect the S20 Plus to your Wi-Fi network. Once you're connected, you'll be asked to watch a guide. It's all pretty much common sense, but then the important bit is you'll be asked to tidy up so that the robot vacuum cleaner can scan and map your accommodation. The fewer objects there are on the floor, the better the mapping will be. Make sure that the S20 Plus is located in the charging dock and then press next. The robot then leaves the docking bay and sets off on a voyage of discovery around your house. Try to avoid the temptation of following it around because it uses reflected lasers to build up a map of your property as it travels around. It's not actually cleaning at this point, it's just mapping. And once it's finished, it will return to its charging station and the map will be displayed on the app. The green dot you can see there is the location of the S20 Plus on its charging station. You can edit the map if you want to change the boundaries between rooms, for example. In the app you can specify the type of cleaning. We normally use vacuuming followed by mopping, but you can choose one or the other or both at the same time. And you can specify the suction strength of the vacuum and the amount of water used in the mopping process. The S20 Plus will recognise carpets and increase the suction when it's passing over a carpeted surface. It'll also stop mopping when it's on carpet. You can also change the instructions for each individual room, and you can choose between a normal cleanup where it cleans every room on the map or a custom cleanup where you specify which rooms you want cleaning. Once you're happy with the setup, press the start button on the app or the start button on top of the robovac and the cleaning process will begin. The S20 Plus cleans one room at a time. It'll start by going around the perimeter of the room, cleaning the edges first. And once it's gone around the edges and any large objects like beds for example, it will then follow a zigzag pattern backwards and forwards across the floor and cover the rest of the room. If you look closely here you can see where the robovac is mopping the floor. The mop pads are just damp so they won't damage any laminate flooring. To test the suction I used a mixture of sugar, cat biscuits and rice. And the robot picked up the vast majority on the first pass. And the remainder on the second pass a few seconds later. You see, it's all gone. You can follow the progress of the robot on the app. Here you can see the cleaning pattern that it's followed and the white dot shows its current location. And you can also pause or end the cycle at any point. The robot will also stop if the dust compartment is full. If it is, open the flap and pull the dust compartment out. It's not a massive bin, but you don't have to empty it that often because it compacts the dust quite well. To open and empty the dust compartment, hold it so that the filter's facing upwards, and then this clip on the end needs to be unclipped and lifted so that the front face hinges away. You can see that this is mainly full of cat hair. You can then empty the compartment into your household waste bin. If the filter becomes clogged, that can also be removed. You just clean it with water. Once you've reassembled the dust compartment, look for the inlet port, and that face goes towards the front of the machine. Then lower the flap and press start, and the cleaning cycle resumes. The S20 Plus has no problem crossing small obstacles like threshold plinths. It automatically detects carpeted surfaces, and it will lift and turn off the mop pads. But one thing it can't cope with, just like the old Daleks, is stairs. It can't climb between floors, and it can't clean stairs. So bear that in mind if you live in a 2 or 3 storey house. It's absolutely fantastic in apartments or bungalows though. Now just press go and leave it to it. It does a fantastic job. The other area where the S20 Plus struggles is where its physical size prevents it from cleaning, so it won't fit under some of my sofas, for example. The height's about 10 centimetres, which is typical for a robovac, but it is too high to go under some furniture. The diameter of the robot can also cause access issues, where space is limited, such as underneath beds or down the side of toilets in bathrooms. So I won't be throwing away my upright vacuum cleaner just yet. The S20 Plus has, however, been a really good buy. We're very, very pleased with it. And it saves a lot of time by automating a tedious task that nobody really wants to do. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, leave a thumbs up. Any questions, leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to Big Ted's Home and Garden. I'll see you soon.